What's up, gang? Willie Rebuildz, baby, back with another one. As y'all see in the title, installing 2 Dakotas at one time, gang. 2 Dakotas in one day. That's right. I'm gonna go ahead on and knock out the Dakota in the Monte Carlo, and then knock out the Dakota in the box Chevy, gang. That's right. Let me turn that camera around. So as y'all can see, I got the Dakota for the Monte Carlo. I done already installed the Dakota dash inside the dash bezel. And right here, I got the Dakota cluster for the box Chevy. That's right, I'm gonna try to go ahead and knock both of them out today. Gotta get back on the box Chevy. Went ahead and put the key crank pulley on it. Took the factory pulley, sent it out, got a key. This is a stroker crank, forged crank, so it got a key in the crank. So I'm gonna use my factory. I got the truck spacing on it, so I'm gonna use the factory harmonic balancer, or crank pulley, whatever you want to call it. But I had to get a key, so I done got a key, got it back from the machine shop. Went ahead and put the injectors in. The Chevy is wired up. Injectors in. What else we got? Mainly I'm just waiting to get the headers. That's all I need, basically, to put some fire in a hole on the old box Chevy. Dope man talked to the tuner yesterday. He said a TCM should be in today. So hopefully I can get that so I can jump back on the dump and get it out of the door. The Monte Carlo should be gone in the next day or two. So that's what we got going there. But I'm gonna bring y'all out here to the luxury sport Monte Carlo. The LS swap failed. As y'all can see, she's starting to clean up, baby. That's right. Went ahead and routed the wires a little bit cleaner. Installed the compressor on there off camera. The belt is a little bit loose, so I'm gonna swap that belt out and go one size down. But it's starting to clean up. The man had a self-tapping screw with these washers right here holding the steam port in. I went ahead and drilled and tapped that and put a bolt in there for him. So that should be all good. This here is coming off. Y'all know how I do it, and put my 90 on there. So I probably cut that down when the radiator come in for it. I just don't want to cut it too long or too short. So I'm gonna wait till the radiator come in. But let's go inside of the car and let me show y'all what I got here. As y'all can see, I done already pulled the dash out. This the wiring that you're gonna be going to tie on to right here behind the dash cluster. This all your headlight wire, headlight blankers, brake, all those wires gonna be in here. Your fuel level wire, all that's gonna be in here. But behind here, inside the radio, is what I want to show y'all. Let me get this. Let me get the camera out of the tripod and shine it down in there. And if y'all look back there, that's where I got all my Dakota boxes mounted to the back of the AC. I'm trying to clean it up, start cleaning up my swaps even more and take my game to the next level. So I mounted them to the AC vent behind the radio. Back there, what y'all see is I got my Dakota box for the dash, but also back there I got a fan controller box. Now that fan controller, we gonna talk about that in another video, cause not a lot of people show y'all that. But then right here, I got my belt module. So I got 3 boxes going back there. So I wanted to keep them out of the way. Now I just mounted them in to see where they're gonna be, but now I'm getting ready to pull them back out and wire them in to the car. So that's what we gonna do today, gang. We gonna go ahead and get these dashes installed. But that fan controller, I'm gonna make another video, probably not on this car, but the box Chevy. So we gonna install the dash today, and I'll come back tomorrow and then make a video explaining to y'all about that fan controller, how it works and what it can do, gang. So let me go ahead and get myself set up, get my wire so I can start cutting these out. I'm gonna pull those boxes back out because I can't wire them up while they're in the car. So I'm gonna wire them up first, and then I'm gonna put them back in, gang. So I'm gonna cut y'all off and cut y'all back on in a minute and explain the breakdown of these wires to y'all. That's right, don't forget, go ahead and hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, share the videos. I'm showing you the process, baby. That's right, showing you the process in real time. And not only am I showing you the process, I'm showing you the tricks and shortcuts and how to do it the right way, how to make the shit look clean where you ain't got wires and shit all on the floor when you get finished, gang. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If this your first time to the channel, I'm Willie Rebuildz, baby. I'm gonna cut y'all back on in a minute. All right, gang, we back. And it might look like a lot of madness going on, but it's gonna all look good in a minute. So what I did is I took my Dakota box, wired all my wires in for my blinkers, turn signals, high beams, etc. And I marked them because once I run them all, tape them all up and put them in a little bundle, you're not gonna really know which wire is which. So what I'm gonna do is I got a red, which is my constant power. I got a blue, what I'm using for ground because I'm out of black. And I'm also using a blue for my key on power, but I'm not gonna get my key on power from in here. I'm gonna get a ground from in here, and I'm gonna get a constant power from in here, but I'm not gonna get the key on power from in here. And the reason why is because when you turn this key off, sometime in this harness, your key on wires still have a little voltage going through them, and I don't like that. So I'm gonna run it down to the ignition wiring under the dash, and I'll just get my key on power from there. But everything else I'm gonna get from this this connector here. And like I say, I label the wires, so once I put all this stuff through the dash and it get up to here, I know what wire is which, because I'm using yellow wires for all my like my fuel level, left blinker, right blinker, high beam, fuel. I'm using the yellow wire for all that. So that's why I labeled them. Another good thing, gang, always use your multimeter. Always have your test light. That way you can test what you're working on. If you just following somebody, just say if you just following the blueprint that I'm doing right now, and your car have the electrical issue, or this car have the electrical issue, and you just going wire for wire without testing nothing, you're gonna run into a situation one day and you're gonna get lost. So always have your multimeter That way you could check for your power, make sure nothing ain't getting backfed, and etc, etc. So let me go ahead and start getting this stuff in. And I ran a jumper wire. Damn, and I done taped my red. I didn't want to do that, gang, but I'm gonna have to take this loose. But I ran a jumper wire to my fan controller from the Dakota, the box, the dash, the box for the cluster, and I want to put a fuse in between that. So I'm gonna have to take these wires back loose, because I left this red a little bit longer. That way I could put a fuse in between. So I need to take that red out of there and leave the slack so I could put a fuse in between those two boxes, because these boxes are not that much different from an alarm box. Eventually these boxes will go bad, short out inside of them or whatever. So you need to have a fuse on there. That way, when a day come where the box go bad, you'll have a fuse to protect the circuit, gang. So let me go ahead and put the boxes in and get that set up, and then we'll start wiring it in. I was trying to go for 2 today, but I don't know if I'm gonna make it, but I'm a damn sure try it, gang. So let me cut y'all back on in a minute. All right, gang, so we back, and as you can see, I got the box, the Dakota box for the dash, mounted back there inside the radio. I got the BIM module mounted in the same spot, and the fan controller mounted in the same spot back there behind the radio. And I put my OBD2 port on this side. Usually I mount it in a factory location, but the wires were short and they already had them cut it. So I put it on the driver's side, and also I got my BIM module connected to it for the get my temperature reading, and ran the wire, the main wire for the dash. In the dash, put my little clicker to go into the settings, because this is a older model Dakota. So I got my little clicker right there, hid under the dash. That's how you access the menu of the dash. Usually I put the OBD2 port right there, but like I say, the wires were short, so I ain't want to extend them all. But as you can see, all the wires is tucked up nice and pretty out the way. And now we can go ahead and put the cluster in, which this dash whooped my ass. I ain't gonna lie to y'all about that. For some reason, I don't know why, but when I was cutting my wires, I cut the wires too short and had to pull it all back out. Then I forgot to put one of the screws back here on the bezel. So I actually had all this in. I took it back out because I was gonna scrap the video. So I took it all back loose, and now I'm about to get ready to put it back together. Now, a lot of y'all probably saying, Willie Rebuild, this not really helpful because you ain't show us the wiring. I kind of want to get away from showing some of the wiring on some of this stuff, because people don't go and do their research. And even though I'm telling you the wiring, this car may be different from the next car. This car was different from the Monte Carlo I got sitting in the shop, because this car has certain features. The Monte Carlo in the shop had a full gauge system, whereas this car only had a fuel gauge and the rest of them was dummies. So the wiring on the connector that's going to the dash, because of that, is gonna be different. as you can see, that's just dummies. And this is a dummy. That's what attack would have been. So I kind of don't want to show people that because they skip through the video. And that 1 second you skip through the video where I just told you, hey, this is for a car with full gauges. And this is for a car with dummy lights. Just that little right there, you done fucked yourself. And why you just dash up wrong and fucked your dash up, and now you're going around telling people Willie Rebuildz showing you the wrong way. So that's why I didn't show the wiring with this dash, because these dashes are not the same. Now, once you do a few of them, you're going to find out that the wiring coloring is the same, but they pin different on the connector. So that's why I didn't show the wiring, because I don't want to confuse nobody and they go and wire this shit up wrong, and then they mad and saying that Willie Rebuildz don't know what he doing. I tried that shit and fucked up my car. Nope, you won't be able to say that about me. If you fuck it up, you're gonna fuck it up on your own because you don't know what the fuck you're doing, not because of me. So that's what I'm doing right now, gang. About to get ready to put all this back together, and I can't do it with one hand, so I'm gonna cut y'all back on once I get the bezel on. And no, I didn't get both of the dashes done in one day, because like I say, for whatever reason, this dash here kicked my ass, and it's actually the next day, and I went home yesterday after I got it wired in and said fuck it, but I'ma still put the video out. So we gonna still do the box Chevy dash today too. So let me cut y'all off and cut y'all back on once I get this bezel bolted in. Alright, gang, so as y'all can see, got the bezels and stuff installed. Dash looking nice and pretty in there. Go ahead and turn the lights on. Well, gotta turn the key on for it to light up. But as y'all can see, lights on. Got them hooked up on the dimmer. Got the check engine light hooked up. I'm gonna have to double check on this harness, because this one got 2 wires for the check engine light, and I didn't get any instructions or nothing with it, so I think I got it right. I tested. I unplugged 2 of the coil packs, let it run. The code came up, cut it off, started. The engine light popped on, cleared the code. It went off. When you start it up, as you can see, the light is on right here, the check engine light. When you start it up, the light go off. Tag working. All pressure working. Battery light working. Gas needle. And I got the temp. I got the temperature gauge running through the BIM. The speed, I'm not sure if it's picking up through the BIM yet or not. I haven't went and drove it because I don't have a radiator in it. But for the most part, everything is working. I can't hit the high beams because this switch is bad, and also the switch inside of this column is bad. So I know it's hooked up right. I tested out. As you can see, that blinker coming on. This blinker here is not coming on, but I'm gonna show y'all how I know that it got a shortage in the column, because if I press the hazards, so you see it's just blinking on the driver's side, but if I press it harder, you can see that the hazard light is blinking on both sides. Intermediate, because the switch inside of this column is bad. And also this is bad too, because you can't click the high beam and stuff like that. So everything wired in right. That's another job for another day. Now we going inside to the box Chevy, gang. I'ma let me see. I guess I'll walk y'all in there with me. Gotta cut the lights off. So yep, I had to fight around with the light situation. Took me a while to figure out what the problem was, but the switching side of the column is bad. So over here on the Chevy, we gonna start this one from scratch, and I don't want to drag the video out too long. So what I'm getting ready to do is I'm gonna drill a hole in the firewall. First, I'm gonna start taking all this stuff out of here, and I'm gonna drill a hole in the firewall, and then I'll cut y'all back on once I get this dash pulled out. That way the video is not too long, gang. All right, gang, we back, gang. So once you go ahead and remove out the old cluster, you're gonna have a couple of bolts that'll remove it. Couple of bolts down at the bottom here, and then you're gonna have your actual bolts that's holding your gauge in. So on your LS swap, this was the fuel gauge plugged in here. So you're gonna use your pink wire right here for your sending unit for your fuel gauge. And then the rest of the wires you want to deal with is gonna be these wires right here on this connector that was right up in there like so. So what I'm gonna do before we get to that, and we gonna mount it up the same way, we're gonna take our box for our gauge cluster. We gonna mount it down in here. I haven't tried to fit it in there yet to see how it's gonna fit, but we're gonna mount it in there. We're gonna mount this box, we're gonna mount the BIM unit, the BIM module, and we're gonna mount the fan controller just like we did in the Monte Carlo. So what I'm getting ready to do now is just set up my wires that I'm gonna run from the module to over here to my wires I need to take off of this connector, and then the rest of my wires I'm gonna run down here to connect to my swap harness for my tech and so on and so forth. So let me go ahead and get the wires situated on this module, and then I'll cut y'all back on again and show y'all how I got the wires looking and how I set them up, gang. Testing, mic check 1 2, baby. Testing, mic check 1 2. Testing, mic check 1 2. Willie Rebuildz, baby. That's right. Over and out, baby. Alright gang, we back. So I done went ahead and set my box up back there behind the radio. Just got the radio sitting in because I still gotta hook my BIM module up back there and my fan controller. He don't have the fan controller, but I'm gonna pick that one up this week and give y'all a video on how to wire up that fan controller and set your fans up independently away from the computer and control them on the controller. But as far as the digital dash game, as y'all can see, old Willie Rebuildz got it working. I'm gonna turn the lights on. You see it lit up. Turn on the right blinker. The blinker kind of slow, as you can see. Turn on the left blinker. You see that one a little faster. Don't know why it's moving like that. Turn on my high beams. See, we got action there. I'm gonna go ahead and press the emergency brake. See, we got action right there on the emergency brake. So now all that's left to do, gang, is sit it in the hole, tuck this connector back up in here like so. Tuck that old connector back there. That's good. Sit the gauge clutch in. See if I can try to do it with one hand. Got a little slack on my wire, gang. See if I can get the wire in there, in the hole behind the dash. And there we go. Sit to get the decoder lined up in the holes. It's lined up, and voila, there you go, gang. With the Rebuildz, I didn't get them both installed in one day. Took me 2 days off and on because I stopped. But as y'all can see, got everything looking good, working how it's supposed to. Turn the headlights on. Like I said, blinker's working. That one kind of slow on the passenger side. God damn, you don't want to blink now. What's going on with you, boy? There you go. Kind of slow. Might need to change the blinker, the relay for it. I wonder if the flashes move slow like that, gang. Nah, the flash is moving faster, so it might just be the relay for his blinker switch. But there you have it. The only thing that's left to do is put this cover back on. Put that old cover back on. And the box Chevy Dash is installed, gang. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe, baby. It's a lot more to come, baby. Willie Rebuildz over and out.